It's 8:26 a.m.
No.
It's 8:26 a.m.
Yeah.
Welcome to CreativeJE. This is Shivam and today we are going to build a JavaScript clock which will speak time in your own voice. So let's get started. First I opened Audacity and then recorded all the sounds needed, which was 1 to 20 and 20, 30, 40, 50, AM, PM, 8s and O. Then I cut them one by one and exported it into MP3. And yeah, it was a time taking process, but still I got all the MP3 files with their specific names, and if you want to put your voice, then you will have to do the same. Okay guys, if you don't want to say all the numbers and record them and save them in mp3, then you can just go to my repo shivamjoker/speak -time, and in this repo we have a numbers folder. So in this numbers folder you can get all the mp3 sounds. Alright, so now let's go to VS Code and this will be our UI. So let's get started. Right now here I am in VS Code. I will just open a folder here. So let's create a new folder. We will call it JS speaking clock. Okay, let's create it, open it. Alright, now let's make a index.html file, and now we will use the emit shortcut, exclamation mark, and hit tab. Alright, and now we can just let's add some title here. So JS speaking clock. Alright, and now what we need to do, we need to just make this thing where we have this. So we will just make this look like this. Alright, so we can use something called time. So we have a time element here. So if you will type time, it will be like this. So for now let's keep it 0 0 and let's put it in center. Alright, we will use the center block here. And alright, so here we go. Now we can open this with live server. You can install this extension if you want, or you can just open it with the default file explorer. And here we have our teeny tiny time. So let's style it now. So how do we style it? So we will style it like by adding CSS here. So let's add a here link CSS. Alright, and now if you will do a command click, it will ask you to create a file. So let's create it. And now what we are going to do is that in the body, we are just going to font family, and we will use this one, Apple system. This is the default font. Alright, and next what we need to do is that, okay guys, so now what we can do is that we can style our time too. So we will just add a font size here. So font size, we can make it around 80 view width. So if we will go here and if we resize, it's like this, it's responsive. So let's keep going, and in the center element we can add some margin here. So let's select the center element and we will add a margin top of 20 view height. Okay, and save it. Let's see how does it look. Yes, it's almost in center. Alright, now what we need, we also need a button, but let's leave it. Now we will just create a JavaScript file. So let's come just before this body, and what we are going to do is that we will add a script tag here. So just type a script and src, and we will use the index.js and command click on it or control click and create a file. Alright, here we go. And first thing which we will do is that we will select this, and first we are just going to make a simple digital clock. Alright, so let's do. So first we will select the time element. So time el is equals to document.query selector, and we can just type time here, alright, and we can get this element easily. And so now let's get time. How do we get time in JavaScript? We get it by date, by new date function. Okay, so yes, this is the thing which we get. Let me also show you if you don't believe. Alright, here I am in the Node.js process. So if I will type date in this like this, and this will get me the date. Alright, so this is the current time, and if I do date dot get minutes, so I guess I will have to use new also. Yes, so you will also have to create this new kind of date object, and then you can get this from the new get minutes method. So in the same way we can get new date, and then we can get get hours. So the hours is currently 19. Okay, so this is the same thing, we just need these two. So let's come here and put it like that. So we will just create a variable here. So let date, minute, hour, and we will also keep a track of AM and PM. So AM, PM. Alright, and here we have it. And now let's make a function called update time. Okay, const update time. This is going to be our cute little arrow function. If you don't know what's arrow function, then what are you doing, man? Learn something. Okay, I am teaching you. This is the arrow function. It's just cool, and it does few more things than a regular function. And let's now set this date. How do we set it? Date is equals to new date. Okay, and this is a function, don't forget it. Alright, and how do we set the minute? So it's pretty easy, as I showed you. Date dot get minutes. Okay, so you can see we are getting the autocomplete here too. And now what we need to do is that we need to set hour. And but one more thing we need to keep in mind is that we will be making a 12-hour clock. So we will have AM, PM, not just 24-hour clock. We'll get the 24 hours. So const 24 hour R24, you can write it like this, is equals to and why we are not just doing new here, because all things will get messed up. So we need to keep track of this same date, and we will extract things from this date. All right, so date dot get hours. Okay, and this will, so now it's 7 around 7:30 p.m. so it should be 19. So in the node process we already saw that this is 19, so we just need to subtract 12 from it to get it like that. Okay guys, now how we will convert this into 12 hours? So let's see how we do it here. So if we will do we have this r variable, where it is, where, oh, I forgot to write. So we will just also add a r variable here. So and now we can just do is that r is equals to r24 modulo symbol, and we can just put 12 here, 12. So we will divide it 12, and whatever the remainder we get, and if we don't get any remainder, then what we will do is we will make it 12. Alright, so let me explain this to you again. So here we go. So this is how we get ours. So if we will do percent 12, see we get 7. How we get 7? If we divide 19 by 12, we get this, and we want the remainder. 12 times 1 is 12, and the remainder will be 7. So we could have written this thing is as also like this, minus 12. It's same, and then we could have done this like this. This is same like 12. Alright, so this is also same. So now let's focus on how we will get AM, PM. So it will be pretty straightforward. if things are greater than 12, yes, R24 is greater than 12, then definitely it's going to be PM. Or if also we will need R24 is equals to 24, yes, then also it's PM. What? Yes, it's 12 PM. Or you could have just written it like that. So let's not a big deal. So if we will use this thing, what do we need? We call this ternary operator. If this is true, then what we will do is that we will make this variable am. If it is not true, then we will make it pm. So let me explain again. If hour is less than 12, then we will make it am. Or even if it's 24, so 24 means it's 12 am in the morning, it's night morning. Yeah, so this will be am. And if it is greater than that, then we will make it pm. All right, so let me show you also this in node. So if we will get this get hours, and if it is greater than 12, yes, it is greater than 12, then it is pm. And if it is not greater than 12, then it's am. All right, so as you can see, we have 7:35 here, which is pm. Now we need to make a string here. We got this, so we can make it like this. We will, how do we make a string? Const time string, and we will use a template literal here, the two backticks just above your tab key and below your escape key, backtick, and we will make a string. We will put a dollar symbol and put this curly brace, and first thing which we show is r, and then we put this colon symbol, and then we show minute, and then we show am and pm. Yes, so again we will do this. You could have done this without template literal, and here we go, am pm. Let's see, and now we can do is that time element dot inner text is equals to time string. Okay, let's go back and run this function once, update time, and you can see we have 7:37 p.m. But one thing will be an issue is that, like, if we put something here, like, let me change the time. Like, see, if I change it and if it becomes just one number, so we should add a 0 here. How we can do this is pretty simple. We can again use a ternary operator here. So if minute is less than 10, then what we can do is that we can just put a 0. Yes, we can just put a 0, and if not, then we will just put nothing. You can just say null or empty string, whatever. So now if we will go back and we will see is that we have 80 p.m., which is terrible. Why is that? Because we need to put minute again here, because we use just this minute just to show a 0, so we will again need to put another minute here. So just add minute. So you can see now it's beautiful. And if I set my time back here and like reload it, okay, it's null, so that was pretty bad thing to do. So let's keep it empty string. Okay, yeah, now it's perfect. Like, how can we update it? It's pretty simple. We use set timeout. No, we use set interval. Okay guys, and how we will get the interval? So if you will just put it to be updated in every 10,000, like 1 into 10,000, that's pretty just horrible. I guess it should be 60 into 1000. So this is not a good thing. Why it is not a good thing? Because it will, like, maybe your seconds can be different. Like, it won't be in, like, when your people will open the page, and it won't be like it's 0 seconds, so it won't wait, like the time won't be accurate, fully accurate. So are you getting it what I'm saying? Let me just show you update time. Okay, so it will, first we will again have to update this time for the first time. You can see this is the clock ticking, and let's see what happens. And if it goes to 12, does it change? Really change? It won't change. Just keep an eye. No, it doesn't change. It is still at 40 and we have 41. Okay guys, so the way we can fix this is by putting this inside a set timeout function. Let's see how we can do that. So let's write a set timeout function, and what we will do here is that we will first get the minute. So sorry, we will get the seconds here. So we will get what? So we will just put this, and we will do new 60 minus new date. Okay, so date dot get seconds. All right, so whatever the seconds we have, and we will just subtract it from 60. When a user opens this page, it gets calculated when next time when we need to run this, when we need to update the minute. So like if user lands at this, like, then we can just do 60 minus 27. Let's open our clock here. So you can see if a user is landing here, like then we can just we will invoke this, and we will, it means that after 11 second the time will be updated, the minute will be updated, and then we will run that update time function. And after that what we can do is that we can keep running 1 second. We can keep running at the interval of 1. This is how we make clock in JavaScript or any time function. We do it like this if you want to run it periodically. Now we just need to put this function inside the timeout so that it keeps running after that. Alright, so now we will do what we will do. We will just cut this out, so, and we will put it here, and this looks cool. And now we will also update it here too, and we will just put what, update time. Alright, so first when user lands, then we will update time here too when user is going to over a minute. So you can see update time after update time in first minute. Then we will keep running it in the interval of 1 seconds. Alright, I hope it's very clear. So now if I will show you my web page, so if you will open our website and refresh it, and you can see that it's highly accurate. I will just do a forwarding here. Oh guys, we missed something. We also need to multiply this with 1000. Yes, it's not in seconds, it's in milliseconds, so we need to convert it. Let's go back and see. Okay, so we have 52 here, and let's see, now it's going to be 53. See how accurate it is. If it's here, it should just call the function. Now it will call the set interval, and it updated the time too, because in this time function we are updating it, and we are also adding a set interval, so that when we reach here, when we reach at 0, it keeps running the function after 1 minute. Alright, or after 60 seconds. I hope it's pretty clear to you. Now what we will do is that we will just gonna add a button here. Alright, so how do we add a button? We just go into the HTML file, and what we do is here we just go here and we type button, and okay, we okay, this fake accent is pretty bad, and we will call it speak time. Okay, the time should be spoken. Oh ho ho. And now what else we need? We need to style our button. So if we go back, this is here. This looks terrible. So we can just add a br tag here, break tag here, and it is here now. And let's go back to our css, and we will, what we will do is that we will style our button. So you can do a lot of styling here. You can make it like a awesome amazing clock, but we will just do it background, and I like steel blue, and this is good color. Okay, and we will add a padding of 5 pixels, which will be in top and bottom, and on the top left and right there will be 10 pixels. So let's go back and see. Here we got the padding. Okay, and let's increase the font size too. So we will do font size 1.1 rem. Yes, rem. And we will also disable the outline here, outline to none. And also we will disable border here. We will also disable border, so we will make it none so that our button doesn't look like shit. And we will also add a border radius too, which will be of 5 pixel. Okay, and then what we will do is that we will make sure that our cursor is pointer. Yes, it is now pointer. Okay, and last thing what we need, last thing is just we need is that color to be hash FFF. Okay. So now it's pretty decent. And now let's drag our folder. Here is my numbers folder. I'll just copy it, copy the folder. You can grab it or you can record your own sound. I will highly suggest you to record your own sound. Maybe it takes a little bit of time, but it is really fun. It is really fun. You are free to use mine as well. So now let's go and create an audio element. Where we need to create an audio element, we can create anywhere. So we will just type audio and we don't need anything. We need to get this button so that when user click on it, it speaks the time. And we need to get this audio source, and we can just also make it auto load or auto play. Preload, yeah, let's make it preload auto so that it will be loaded automatically. So now let's get our element const speak button. We will just do the same. We have only one button, document dot query selector, and we will grab our button, and then we will grab our audio element. Yes, we have, you can add multiple audios to make in sync or in faster ways. So but I want to keep it simple because this video is long way. Okay, okay, okay. All right, so we have got everything which we need. So now let's go here in the, let's create a function called speak time. We don't need this update time and blah blah blah. Speak time. So we will call this const speak time. Okay, and what we will do here is that we will make it a speak. So first we need some variables here. So what, how do we do it, just make it like first. So we will make is finished speaking. So we will be doing a lot of if else statement here. Is finished speaking. I know it can be done in a better way, but I'm just playing with like a noob. Let is finished speaking false, and then we will is o said. I also have a audio of o here. So 2 o'clock like this, not 2 o'clock, it's 6 or 13 p.m. like Siri says it. And let's is o said is equals to false. Everything is going to be false, guys. So is minute 10 said will be like, if it's 11, so it's 8 it, if it's 8:20, so 20 is the, so like here we have this 20, so this is the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. These are the is minute 10 said. And then what we do is next is r said. Let's also make it false. Is r said. What is r? So we need the r. Yes, we will say r2. So we will keep it false again. And we will also keep a track of is minute below 20. So we have this a lot of use list, is minute below 20 said, and we will also keep it false. All right, guys, so this is a little bit of large track, but don't worry. And now let's make another function called const add source. So with this function we will add a source, whatever number will be passed to this function, and we will add it and then we will play it. All right, so we will just get a number, and the number should be inside this, and okay, num, and we will keep it in a arrow function again. And we will do is that we'll just go to audio element and we will modify the source is equals to, and we will again use a template string here. So what we will do here is that we will go to the current directory, and into the numbers we have this, and slash whatever the number we get, and dot, you can keep it in any format, dot mp3. All right, and then what we can do is that we can audio element dot play. And one more thing you will have to be do here is that you will have to store it in a variable, yes, otherwise it might fail. Const is played, something like this, and this will return a promise. You can use it if you want for something else, but for us this is pretty good. Okay, now let's create a function called const audio end. So this will be called when our audio stops, means when it finishes. See how this thinks. So first thing what we are going to do is that if r said, and let me show you, if is r said is false, then only we are going to add source of what, r. Our is that what we are storing here. All right, and there will be only 1 to 12 hours which we have got. If it will be 1, we will just play this, play this, play this. All right, so I hope you get this. For a second we won't do anything here, so I will just log that audio is finished, and in here I will add a listener. So in audio element dot add event listener, and we will ended, we will look up for ended, and in when audio is ended we will just audio end. Okay, and all right, so this is simple. And now let's load an audio. So add source, we will pass something. So we will first say it's, so whenever we are going to, whatever we are going to, we will just call it's. Okay, so and we also need a event listener on our or speak button. So speak button dot add event listener, when someone will click on it, and without clicking you cannot really play it. This is the default behavior. I know it's crap, but you cannot do anything about it. These are the Chrome and new browsers policy that doesn't allow you to play audios without any events. Okay, so now what we can do is that, what we can do, we will just speak time. We will just, whenever user will click, we will call speak time. Okay, let's run back to our function. Here we have Safari speak time, and open the console. HR said, okay, it's is r said. All right, okay, you might not hear the audio, but let's click on it, and you can see it after a few seconds it is logged that audio is finished. See, audio is finished. Guys, what we are seeing here is that you can see it's been 6 times, and if I will speak again it will be 10 times. Why is this happening? Can you figure it out? I'm giving you, just give it a pause and just figure it out. Okay guys, so here we have our bug, which is this is the thing. What we are doing is that whenever user clicks on the speak button, what we do is that we keep adding the event listener of ended in our audio element. But what we want is that we want just this to happen only once. So we can also do this by just keeping a track of is event listener added somewhere like here. So let is even added, so something like this. First we will keep it false as like this, and in the next what we will do is that we will just add a if statement here, and we will check what that is it added? What is added? Is event added? If it's false, then only what we are going to do is that we are going to add the event listener. Okay, so again, now let's click on speak time and see it's only once. Click on it again. Okay, we did not make the variable false too, so we will have to do that too. Is event added is equals to true. Okay, yes, and save it, and let's go back and click on speak time, and it's one time here, and let's see again speak time. Yes, it's 2. Click again, and 3. So we fixed our bug. Okay guys, so now we have fixed our bug. So now let's keep adding what we were adding. So the if else statement will be all here, and we will play audio files one by one. So we will add here add source audio src, and we need to get rid of this. We don't need console log anymore, and what we will do here is that we will also make is our said to true. Yes, and then what we will do is that, and then what we will add a return here so that it doesn't proceeds further. If it is if we are saying r, then again what we will happen is that on the end, when it will end, we will run this speak time function will be run again. So this is in a loop, so we need to break the loop. All right, so now on audio end, first we will do again is that again we will have to check if if is finished speaking is true, then we are going to return it here. All right, so that it doesn't proceed any further. And now we have this, so let's test it.
It's 8.
So okay, it's cool, it's working. Now let's add am and pm. Okay guys, so now what we will do is that we will check if the minute is 0. So what will happen on 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. the minutes will be 0. So let me show that to you. If I go here and change the time to this, that's why like it's like this. Save it, let's keep it to 1 again and go. Okay, so see the minute is 0. So if it's 0, we can say that our time is like 8 p.m. If minute is equals to 0, then we will say we will just add source pm what the variable which we declared here, which is getting updated by update time function. Alright, so now let's go here again, and what we will do is that we have finished speaking, so we don't need anything else. So what we can do is that is we can make this variable to true. Is finished speaking equals to true. Alright, let's go back and test again. Speak time.
It's 8 a.m.
Wow, this is pretty cool. So now let's keep moving. We did this, and also make sure you add a return here guys. And now we will check if the condition is that what, nothing. If condition is our minute is less than 10, which means we also need to say o. Yes, we have the o file, as I said. Is o said, like where is that, is o said here, is o said is false, then only what we are going to do is that we will add src o, not 0, it should be o. Okay, so we will say it's o, it's 8:05 p.m. Alright, now keep moving. So we will also is make is o said to what, to true, and we will add a return here as always. So do you really want to check this out? So let's go here and hear it. So this works. So if I will click on speak time, let's click on speak time.
It's 8. Oh,
Alright, so here we are, but the thing is that if I click on speak time again, it only say it's. Why is that? Because in this function what we did is that when somebody click on this event listener, we just referred this function and we are keeping track of all these variables, so these variables are not getting resetted. Alright, so why is this not working? Let me make it more clear. So like if I will log it is finished speaking, okay, are said. Alright, and first when we will go here we will see is that it's false. And then if we will go back to click on it again, it's saying it's still false. Alright, let's just add a console here at audio end and let's see what we are getting here. Alright,
it's 8. Oh,
so now you can see that it's been true. So now it will not run again. So what we will have to do is that we will have to make all these variables to false again whenever someone clicks on the speak time button. So alright, let's copy these and create a on click function, or let's add a function here. Let's add a function here. We could have also made another function, but we can just do it here. Is that we will paste all this so that whenever user clicks on it, we make all these variables to false. Alright, not like this. So instead of commas, what we will do is that we will add a semicolon. So we can just change this to semicolon. Alright, so now we are doing good. Yes, we are. So now again what we will have to do here is that we will have to call the speak time function. Speak time. Alright, after making all these variables false, and these variables are inside this, so we need to move this outside. Alright, it's little bit of debugging, guys. Don't get bored because this is how we debug things. Okay guys, you need to make sure that you move this outside this function and put it in a global variable or global scope. Alright, so we have all this and we have all this. So now we have added like if is or said. Now what we can do is that we can also add what? We can also add AM and PM. So when we say this, when we are saying O, it's 8:0, we can then we need to say that it's 8:09 p.m. 8:08 p.m. right? So let's do this. So it's 8 if minute is less than 21, or you can also write it like less than or equals to 20. Then what we will do and is minute below 20 say, and if these are we also need to add a and here, guys. Okay, so now we will add source here and we will just put whatever the minute we have. It's between it if it's less than 20. Alright, and we will say like this. Alright, and we will is minute below 20 said, make it true. I know it's repeating kind of stuff, we could have refactored this, and then what we will do is we will return. Alright, and at last what we will add is we will also say AM or PM. So at the end add src we will say AM PM. And after that we will also make is finished is speaking equals to true. At the end we will make sure that we don't keep looping stuff. If we get stuck in these, we will keep looping, but if all these things are said, then what we will do is that we will add a AM PM and we will stop the speaking. Let's test it.
It's 8:15 a.m.
Wow, this is very cool. So it's working, guys. So you can see that audio and called, so it's been called 4 times. The first time is 8, the second time is 8, and the third time is 15, and fourth time is AM or PM. Alright, now let's keep moving. So now what we need to add is that if our minute is greater than 20. So yes, if minute is greater than T and 20 is greater than, also we will check for is minute 10 said is false, then what we will do is that we will say, make him say like 30, 40, 20, 30, 40, 50. Yeah, and then we will add after that. So let's add source, and we will have to what? We will convert it const 10 in 10. You can do it something like this. So we will first make it to string. So what this will do is that it will convert our number to a string, and then what we will do, we will use a split. Yes, we will use a split, so that what it does is, let me show you here. Like if I will add to a string, so this is going to convert this into a string, and if I add a dot and then I say a split and then I add an empty string here and let's hit enter, we get this first and second, and what we need is that we need the first one. So what we can do is that in this array we can get this like this, and here we have the first string, and then we will add a 0 here so that we can call it later. Mention dot split, and then we are going to do what? Nothing. We are just going to select the first element, and in the add source we will use a template string again, and we will tell it's minute 10, and by we will add a 0. All right, pretty cool. So let's see what we get now. Click on speak again.
It's 8 a.m.
Alright, so the abortion was unhandled, promise rejection. What's the issue? And okay, we also need to return because this some things happened. Alright, so we also need to make sure we return it. Let's go back to Safari, reload, speak time.
It's 8, 20, 20, 20.
So it keeps
20,
saying 2020.
20.
How do we fix this, guys? How do we fix it? It's pretty easy, because we haven't made the is minute said here, so we can just is maintain said is equals to true, and we are done. Make sure you are adding a return here. Alright, and then after 20 we also need to call the 7. Yes, we also need to call the 7. So then we will again do is that we will do here is that if is minute 1 said, what was that? What we have in the variable, do we have is minute 1 said also? Yes, we also need to add another variable is minute 1 said is equals to false. so that we can keep a track of that. The what is minute 1, this is minute 1. All right, I could have named it better, but no worries. Is minute 1 said is false, then what we, and also we will check for and minute is greater than 20. Yes, if minute is greater than 20, then only we are going to need it, otherwise we won't. If it's 21, if it's 31, if it's 47, then only we are going to need it, otherwise this function will say that for us. All right, where we are, this is the place. Yes, greater than 20. And also we will have to check if is, we will just do what, we will split it again, then we will just do minute dot to a string, same thing, we will convert it to a string, then we will split it with this, and we will check split, and we will get the second element this time. So you will remember, in this array this was the first element, this was the 0th element. So if we will do this, so we will get what, 31. Yeah, we have 31 here. All right, it is not is equals to what, if it is not equals to 0, yes, make sure you put a string 0. So what it is doing is that it is checking if it's 30, if there is any number, if it is greater than 20, but it is not what, it is not 30, 40 and 50. So let's make it 30. Okay, so see, we are getting 0, a string 0 right now. So we don't want this to be spoken. Yes, because we won't have anything. So what we will say, 30, and we don't need to say anything else. All right, so this is pretty clear, I guess. And let's add a if statement, closing parentheses, and then again const min first, min1, whatever you want to call, and we will just do the same, we will copy it. We could have made a variable. All right, and now we will say that whatever the add source, we will say min for 1. Okay, so how will this work? Like, see, we got this, we got 1, so first we will say it's 30, then we will say 1. All right, pretty easy. And let's make is min1 say to true and is, and return here. All right, and this is it, guys. Let's test it right now. This is all we needed. Okay, so let's test it.
It's 8:32 a.m.
Let's change some time. Let's make it 8:01. We also want that. 8:01, 8:02, 8:05. Speak time.
It's 8:05 p.m.
Damn. All right, now what else do you want? We can just keep it on 8. It will just say 8 p.m. Let's see. Speak time.
It's 8 p.m.
Oh, this is pretty cool. So I will also show you that it works for AM too. Let's make it that our clock go on 1 and make it AM. Okay. Speak time.
It's 1 a.m.
Yeah, this is awesome, right? So I hope you enjoyed this. That is 1 minute, is minute 1 said, we will also need to make it false so that it works properly. All right, and at the finishing touches, what we can do is that you can just go and select this audio element dot playback rate, and we can make a 2.5. We need to add this here, I guess. Yes, and let's make it 2. All right, and the speaker.
It's 8:45 a.m.
It's too much fast, so let's make it 1.5. Okay.
It's 8:45 a.m.
Yeah, it's fine, so you can adjust this according to your needs. So this is also really cool. 1.2 will be also good.
It's 8:45 a.m.
So this is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. If you are new, consider subscribing and pressing the bell icon, and also you can support my work on Patreon. Thanks for watching.